Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 6. We're getting close, only a few more weeks left. This is a week where you're going to have a little bit more work because you're going to start the first half of your case study presentation. So I'll take us into the course first and go over where everything is. Let's see, 1 second here. And then I will go back into the syllabus because that's where you're really going to find all the details for your case study assignment that is due the first part this week. So this is week 6, running from November 24th through November 30th. I know it is Thanksgiving this week, but you will still have your assignments due by 11:59 on Sunday. This week, we're going to focus in on the endocrine system for our body system. And so you'll only have one topic this week because you're going to have the first half of your case study assignment. If you go into your readings and associated PowerPoints, you'll see that it's only chapter 10, endocrine. And if we go back here, you'll see that you're going to have whoops, what happened here? Oh, you're going to have your Dropbox here for your case study written assignment, and you're going to have your Dropbox here for your week 6 assignment, which I'll open up in 1 second. And then, as always, you have a Quizlet for your endocrine system. So if you go into your week 6 assignment, you'll see just like previous weeks, you're going to have an endocrine system practice paper to do, and then just bonus chapter, case chapter 10 to do as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go over to our syllabus. And what you're going to see is that this case study assignment is worth 20%. It is due in week 6 and 7. So there's a written component that's due this week in week 6. And then in week 7, you have to record a presentation. So whether you go in through Zoom and you're going to record yourself presenting that way, or should you want to do it another way, that's fine as well. But you will need to be recorded doing your presentation in week 7. So for week 6, what you're going to do is this is your final medical terminology big assignment, and you're going to create your own original case study and that applies the medical terms and concepts that are learned throughout the semester. It should be a fictional story, and you can tell it from the patient, family member, or healthcare professional's perspective. You want to incorporate at least 5 medical terms related to anatomy, symptoms, procedures, or treatments. And the project is going to include a written component, so it's going to be at least 2 paragraphs. This little case study scenario that you create, that you should have an image included, and you want to use proper APA citations for this. So that's the first part of it. The second part, which we'll talk about a little more next week, is a PowerPoint with a 5-minute recorded presentation that is going to highlight your case. You will want this week to include a list of medical terms that has the word parts and definitions, and then 3 comprehensive questions at the end. So you can put those questions in written on the document, but you also will want to present those questions in week 7 at the end of the PowerPoint. Again, this is worth 20%. It's 2 parts, written part week 6 and the presentation in week 7. There is a rubric for this, both parts of this, which I'll show you in a second. And here are just some guidelines. You want your case study to have a title. It needs to be at least 2 paragraphs, have at least 5 medical terms, and have an image, as well as cite your sources, including the source of your image using APA format. If you like to draw, you can draw the image instead of bringing one that you find. Provide the list of medical terms in your case with the words, parts, and definitions, and then the complete term definition. So define each word part and then completely define the complete word together. And at least 3 questions. Here are some resources that you might find helpful for doing this assignment. Then you're going to see here's your rubric. So I'll go through the first week's rubric. This is for the written part. The case study content is worth 10 points. The medical term list is 10 points. The questions are 10 points. The writing quality is 10 points, and for APA is 10 points, okay? Next week, you'll see just a quick little preview that the PowerPoint, the presentation delivery, the explanation of terms, the questions, and your overall cohesion is the second part of this assignment. Okay, so again, for this week, you're going to do your endocrine reading, you're going to do your endocrine um, uh, practice sheet, as well as the bonus case 10, and then work on week 6 for your case study. Okay. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As always, I'm available by email or we can set up a Zoom. I hope you have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.